A TV assignment editor came to me on Monday morning and said, I've gotten a couple of emails and I'd like to pitch a story for you to consider doing today. The backstory is this. There is a Korean boy band that has been very popular over the last year. I'm going to keep them nameless for this telling of the story. So this boy band, a couple of weeks ago, it surfaced there was a controversy among one of the most popular members. There was an anti-fan, I guess, posted some disparaging remarks that this lead singer or lead in this boy band had supposedly written on his MySpace page while in South Korea practicing to be a member of this band. These remarks, just two of them, were reportedly attributed to him. Things like, all Koreans are gay, and I hate Koreans. Well, there was a huge controversy in the South Korean media for 4 days. All this pressure, and this boy band member actually then left South Korea and left the band. Now, there is controversy about whether he left on his own or whether he was forced out or why he left. But the fact is that he did leave and actually came home to the U.S. You see, he had auditioned to be a member of the boy band here in the U.S. He'd previously been a break dancer and a rapper, and it turns out that he lives here in the Seattle area. So he came back. Well, in the next 3 weeks, fans in South Korea, and believe me, there are a lot of them, started sending letters and gifts and lots of things like that to his church here in the Seattle area. He has not been seen too publicly, though neighbors say that he's been around and church members say that he has been around. Anyway, he is getting all of this, and I mean the church posted pictures on their website of just boxes and boxes of letters and gifts from fans. So on Monday, the emails that we got were from a couple of these fans who said that a lot of the fans had gotten together and they had rented an airplane and they were flying a huge banner to circle over the Seattle area that actually basically had a message of support for this boy band member, and they wanted us to cover it. So I made a bunch of phone calls, I did a lot of research on the internet, we ended up doing a radio story, and we ended up doing an internet story, and the internet story was posted on a couple of our hyperlocal blogs, and within just a couple of minutes, those blogs started getting hits, started getting comments. This was in the afternoon. By 10 o'clock at night, Monday night, there was 500 plus comments, and we were seeing just ridiculous amounts of traffic to the website and comments. I also started getting emails personally, and because my byline is at the top of the story, and to the email and most of the comments were pretty derogatory, pretty harsh, calling into question my journalism, the facts of the story, a lot of outrage and a lot of anger. A majority of these comments and emails coming from the fans, largely in South Korea, of this group and of this particular boy band member, claiming that I had some sort of agenda. Everything short of actual death threats. But they certainly, as I told one of our executive producers on the web, they certainly wanted me dead. And the vitriol just kept growing and growing. Finally, I got an email from one of our vice presidents that said, I think you should respond to some of this in the comments thread on the website. So I did, posted this very calm, thank you for the interest, here are the things that we're learning, appreciate the conversation, we're not trying to insult anyone, but we are a local news organization, and what we care about is this local guy. We don't care so much about the he said, she said, and the controversy in South Korea. That didn't seem to placate anyone. I woke up Tuesday morning and had dozens of more emails. The comments had doubled. The blog post had well over 1,000 comments, and at one point on Tuesday, we actually nearly lost, or at least nearly experienced a crash of our web product because there were so many people trying to access it at the same time. I continued to get emails again, very vitriolic, very hateful. We went back, made sure that everything that we were reporting was well sourced, and you know, that we weren't making anything up or being too inflammatory, and we still to this day don't believe that it was. I don't believe that it was. It's tough to hear your journalism called into question and to read a lot of these things, but I began to just delete them, to be very honest. It is now Wednesday. I talked about the controversy that we stirred up on the radio on Tuesday afternoon. It's now Wednesday. I haven't gotten an email or a tweet on my Twitter feed in the last 10, 15 hours or so, which is fantastic. I have seen a blog post of one of the leaders of the fans in South Korea saying to stop emailing and stop posting comments because it just makes them seem like they are crazy and obsessed and insane. So I'm hoping that they have listened, but it has certainly been a stressful time. Again, I have pretty thick skin in my journalistic life, but it has still been kind of tough to endure, and just the sheer volume of having to deal with it all has been a little bit difficult, and so that's why I have been a little bit out of communication on the hamster and elsewhere, so I apologize, but I promise I'm getting back into it. I just wanted to give you that explanation.